The Mt. Gox cryptocurrency exchange was one of the largest and most popular exchanges in the early days of Bitcoin. In 2014, it filed for bankruptcy after it was revealed that it had suffered a massive theft of its customers' Bitcoin holdings, which were worth around $450 million at the time. According to reports, hackers had been stealing Bitcoin from the exchange for several years before the theft was discovered. Mt. Gox initially claimed that it had lost the Bitcoins due to a technical glitch in its system, but it was later revealed that the theft was due to a combination of poor security practices and the exploitation of vulnerabilities in the exchange's systems. The collapse of Mt. Gox was a major blow to the cryptocurrency industry, as it highlighted the risks associated with investing in cryptocurrency and using cryptocurrency exchanges. It also led to calls for better regulation and oversight of the industry, as well as increased security measures to protect investors' holdings. In the years since the Mt. Gox event, the cryptocurrency industry has made significant strides in improving security and developing more robust and secure exchanges. However, the risk of theft and fraud remains a concern for investors, and it's important for individuals to carefully research and choose reputable exchanges when investing in cryptocurrencies. The Mt. Gox bankruptcy was a major turning point for the cryptocurrency industry, as it was one of the largest and most high-profile cryptocurrency thefts in history. The event led to widespread media coverage and scrutiny of the industry, and it highlighted the risks associated with investing in cryptocurrencies and using cryptocurrency exchanges. One of the main issues that contributed to the Mt. Gox theft was the lack of proper security practices and safeguards in place at the exchange. For example, Mt. Gox reportedly kept a large portion of its customers' Bitcoin holdings in a hot wallet that was connected to the internet, making it easier for hackers to steal the funds. In addition, the exchange reportedly did not use multi-signature authentication, which would have required multiple people to sign off on large transactions, reducing the risk of theft. Following the Mt. Gox bankruptcy, there were calls for increased regulation and oversight of the cryptocurrency industry. Many regulators and policymakers argued that the lack of regulation and oversight was one of the main reasons why the Mt. Gox theft was able to occur, and they called for stricter rules and guidelines to help prevent similar incidents in the future. In response to these concerns, many cryptocurrency exchanges and other industry players have implemented stricter security measures and best practices. For example, many exchanges now use cold storage solutions to protect customers' funds, and they have implemented these Bitcoin were found in a wallet that was not previously known to be associated with Mt. Gox. In 2018, Mt. Gox creditors voted to approve a civil rehabilitation plan, which would allow them to receive compensation for their lost Bitcoin holdings. Under the plan, creditors would receive their share of the remaining Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash that had been recovered from the hack, as well as any additional funds that were recovered in the future. In 2021, it was announced that Mt. Gox had agreed to a $2 billion civil rehabilitation plan, which would compensate creditors for their losses in Bitcoin or fiat currency. The plan still needs to be approved by the Tokyo District Court, but if it is approved, it would be a significant step towards compensating the thousands of investors who. However, it's worth noting that even with the recovery of some of the stolen Bitcoin, many investors lost a significant amount of money in the Mt. Gox bankruptcy. It's also unclear how much of the remaining stolen Bitcoin will be recovered, and there are still legal and regulatory hurdles to overcome before creditors can be fully compensated. If people sell their recovered Mt. Gox Bitcoins, it could potentially have an impact on the wider cryptocurrency market, depending on the amount of Bitcoin that is sold and the timing of the sales. If a large number of Mt. Gox Bitcoins were suddenly dumped onto the market, it could cause a significant drop in the price of Bitcoin. This is because an increase in supply without a corresponding increase in demand would lead. However, it's important to note that the impact of the Mt. Gox Bitcoins on the wider market would depend on a number of factors, including the timing and size of the sales, as well as the overall market conditions at the time. It's also possible that the impact could be limited if the sales are staggered over a longer period of time, or if there is sufficient demand from buyers to absorb the increased supply. It's worth noting that the Mt. Gox Bitcoins that have been recovered so far represent only a fraction of the total amount of Bitcoin that was lost in the hack, so any impact on the wider market would likely be relatively limited. Nonetheless, the potential for a sudden influx of supply could lead to increased volatility in the cryptocurrency markets, and it's important for investors to be aware of this risk.